In today's war, we've got war number 10 versus S3NSU. I'm going to be bringing in my new 6-star rank 2 duplicated void. Although he is a little bit low sig, he's got one fight. And I've got, I think, 6 fights scheduled, 1 unscheduled fight, and we'll get into that. So first up here, go light boost. And after doing it, I probably realized I didn't really need to boost at all for this fight. Ebony Maw, Torch, I'm going to be using Torch, no Flame on. He can't miss when he's over 10 smolders, or 10 temperature, I should say. And that's really easy to maintain against a Mystic, even if you're not getting your parries and heavies off against this guy. So I land an early one, and I'm always a little bit delayed to punish that one because I'm not sure that, well, that it's gonna stick, or that he's not gonna come out with a medium attack, kind of like that. So medium, light, mediums. This dude will just essentially melt, get the reparry there. Easy game, easy life. Put a couple of smolders back on myself by blocking the special one versus trying to get out of the way, because of course he is stubborn. So I want my incinerates and stuff to be doing all the damage they can. You see there, miss failed. SP2, dude is down. So a pretty easy fight. Didn't need a boost, but I'm always, and with how many boosts we get these days with those new crystals, it's always better safe than sorry against stuff like that. All right, next up, I'm going to be doing my push for all of Section 2, so we are throwing on the big boost. I've got this long shot on Encroaching Stun, followed by a rank 3 Doom on Spite and Power from Afar, and then another, this one's only 565, but he's Thing, and he is on Aspect of Evolution and Kinetic Transference, and he's the reason I brought Void. So first up here against this long shot, of course I'm boosted. I'm going to Flame on with him. And the whole idea here is to just watch the first Encroaching Stun. Hopefully by the second he's just about dead. But this is a big guy. I mean, I think he's a rank 3 long shot, so he's got some health. Get a little bit lucky right there not to eat a combo, but it's okay. I should have probably healed up, but being at 93%, I thought, well, this should be okay. It is his last fight, and his Nova Flames just do insane damage, so I'm just kind of watching my timer here, watching his power, kind of backing off. And right here, I'm going to say, all right, sweet. And basically intercept him with it. Don't get stunned. I managed to evade this, and then I kind of forgot about the whole power reserve. Get ripped by the second one, but no big deal. His SP1 does not do very much damage whatsoever. And I know that my timer's coming up here. I'm slowing my combos down. Boom, get it off. SP2, he won't even survive it. If he did, he would have been stunned, and it would have been game over. So Torch Flame on for the win. Dude's a beast. And let's see here. Next up is Doom. And so these couple of fights, I mean, they all go really, really well, but they had me really nervous coming into it, because I wasn't quite sure what to expect, right? I don't know that I've done these fights, definitely not against these particular champions, so I'm going to throw on an invul boost just in case, and I'm going to be using Doom here, and my thought process is, well, I will nullify his power gain, I'll get my own power gain, and it'll be SP3 spam. It does start to go a little bit not my way right here. Of course, he drains me, and then I throw my SP1, which I get the drain. Of course, he resists it. I'm like, okay, like, this is all right so far. Get the reparry, and then I knew this fight was under control. So I'm going to speed up all my SP3s, because I think you're going to see about 3 of them. And here, I know that once I can kind of get in this cycle of Doom's SP3, 7-hit combo into special 1, I might even back it off a little. I just have to see. No, I think I do go with the full medium, and then light, medium, because I'm not nullifying any buffs to gain too much power. So now I've got the 2 Furies up. He's got the power gain from Spite, but that's perfectly fine, because all it's doing is helping keep his power high, so that whenever I go into my SP3 cycle, it's just game over, basically. I'm just back to back SP3s. So once again, invul not needed, but better have it than to not have it and need it, right? So he goes down, no problem whatsoever. And when I got out of that one, I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this is going to be all right. Now this here, I'm actually playing in 2x speed because you can see I've clicked my button to move ahead and I am just waiting and waiting and waiting. I finally get the, little Wi-Fi connection thing. It's like, ugh, okay. Then it releases. It's like, all right, we should be good. I had just restarted my game. Ever since this new update came out, I've been noticing you need to restart your game every so often. It starts to just lag like crazy, and then it'll eventually just crash. So restart your game before you do your war fights, for sure. So whole plan here with Void is to get a little bit lucky, like I do, with the petrifies, and then otherwise it's just spamming special ones. Boom, first one of the first buffs is Petrify, and I think the third buff, like my very next one, is Petrify too, so that helps a ton with Aspect of Evolution and the kinetic transference. So got really lucky on my debuffs here, you'll see it. Yep, the very next one is a Petrify. I am running Max Despair, so of course all of his healing is shut off at this point. Baiting these specials is going really well. Once again, this was a fight I was kind of nervous about. I mean, I never used my, I've got the 565 Void, so it's not too much of a difference. I mean, if anything, with my 6-star, I've got the Adrenaline, and I know that he won't be applying the debuffs as fast once he's in Fear of the Void, but for this particular fight, I thought by the time I'm in Fear of the Void, 1 or 2 debuffs, and this dude's dead, whether I'm using a 5-star or a 6-star. So I'm not going to use my special 1 here. You can see I'm waiting for Fear of the Void to hit, throw the special 2, get the Dark Sting, let his protection fall off, and he's just going to continue to melt here. Especially since his power gain has basically been nerfed by Void's abilities. Get a nice little intercept. Yeah, this fight, and being able to stun thing even, is just, well, it's phenomenal. It's a great feeling. Bait out a couple more specials. And this dude drops. I lost, what, 4% HP? Shoot, nothing to it but to do it. Alright, last fight is this Platinum Pool. And this dude is a freaking RNG machine, right? Like, I don't even know what to make of this guy. You're going to see just some craziness go on here. And I'm not going to read the whole book about his abilities. I know he's basically a slot machine of what you're going to be fighting against. I do know his recovery can be significant, so my whole plan here was going with Doom. I thought about healing him up, then I was like, I'm not going to use a different 3-minute boost, so I'm going to throw on just the combat regen. It'll give me more health than that potion would anyway, and it'll top me off. So my whole plan here is to just stagger him, right? Like whatever buff he wants to get, I'm going to just stagger it. So I don't really know what all of his symbols mean and everything. And I get off to a great start. I'm like, okay, I'm a stagger. I know that this dude's hashtag defensive, so I got to be careful about baiting too many of, his specials or dexing too many times. I don't want him to fall off. And so I'll kind of, there, resist. Oh, and I'm going to counter you. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, I wasn't even quite sure. So I get into my first SP3. I'm like, okay, this is going pretty good, actually. He's down to 65% pretty early in here. Normal Doom rotation, and resist. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw the special 2 in your face. Resist. Get him down to 30%, and he's regenerating. Despair's helping me. He's unblockable right now, so I gotta kind of wait it out. He goes from 30% all the way back to 55, and I'm like, okay. Then he procs another regen. Goes from 55 all the way up to 75. So it went from 30 to 70, and then he resisted again. So I'm just kind of like, man, I need to get some parries. I need to get some staggers. He keeps proccing that Fury constantly, and it keeps removing my stagger. He resists my heavy somehow. And I haven't done much since the beginning of the fight. Now we're a minute and a half in. I'm at 63%, or he is, and I'm just kind of like, this dude is going to go down, right? So that was a big SP3 from Doom. I stick with the cycle, even though I know he's probably going to go ahead and resist this. He does, and he just blitzes right through it and counters me. I'm like, ugh, this dude, I don't even know what to think. So I'm going to get this off before going to my SP3 again, and it does drop him. But you'll see here, I get hit, 18 different times from this guy. Thankfully, he doesn't hit very hard. I finished the fight with 69, 70% health. Doom's a tank. But that was weird, man. And fighting that guy on a different node like Rage could probably be a pain. So here I'm coming in to clean up this door rags because Torch can apply a incinerate, and then which means I can stun him, which also means he takes 200% more damage while stunned. And of course it does go on cooldown, so I have to keep that in mind. But with the amount of health he's got left, and I'm fully boosted still from my previous fights, I don't imagine this having to like go through his whole cycle of his power gain and stuff like that. So first thing to do is just block, get the hit in. Now I can stun him. Perfect. Probably should have charged a heavy there to build up my smolder a little bit. But I think the first time I kind of wanted to just test his limber. And you can see here, I'm pretty sure that the it's active where I cannot stun him. All right, there we go. Pretty sure it's in cooldown now. Yep, I can stun him. And he is almost down. These last few hits are gonna finish him off. So that was my contribution to the war. We did end up winning. It was a really solid performance over by the guys at S3NSU. They only died, I think, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 times or something. We only died 5. So it was a great performance by them. Great war by 4 Loki. We did win this one. 2 more wars to end the season. If you've got a better counter for that platinum pool, definitely leave it in the comments below. Tag me, do something, because that dude's he's an RNG nightmare. So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.